Alright, chins guys, I'm gonna give you another narrated instructional explaining the methods to my madness here. And these things that I'm gonna show you here are very advantageous, excuse me, for different type of things you're doing out there as far as work-related stuff. Make you be able to handle objects a little bit more confidently when you're carrying them and everything else. So I'm going to show you like a couple objects here. Some are very small. Some people are, like I said, into lifting real heavy stuff over their heads and heavy curling and bench pressing. But a lot of us, if you have, especially if you have deficiencies in the wrist and different things like that, or if you don't, you may want to feel that it's advantageous to strengthen different parts of the wrist so that you can do different things in under different circumstances. Get those tendons in the back of that forearm working. I find very important, and that's how you're able to wield heavier objects as if they were, put it this way, wield metal objects as if you were wielding something made of wood and lighter. And there's a lot of prerequisite exercises to achieve this, and this is one of them. Just use your light dumbbell or any kind of other object that's real light. Like I says, if you're a guy or a girl, different options, different sizes of weights. And you'd be surprised, even if you're a guy, that when you were handling a weight in the manner you were just looking at, especially, it takes a lot of effort in the wrist. And maybe when you first start out, your wrist actually might start to crack a little bit, but it'll go away. You're just getting calibrated for the back of the forearm, those tendons that are never even used before, and it'll protect them from being maxed out or torn when you're doing certain kind of work. It's like I was about to say, I did work where I was picking up heavy objects to hang them on hooks so they can be painted on the racks and send it over there to the people that do the sandblasting in the paint booth. Was one of my examples. I mean, anything as far as in construction or anything where you have to hang stuff or raise stuff, even use tools, this is very advantageous. But this isn't just for sword wielding and weapon wielding alone. So it's got a lot of other advantages too. I mean, even athletically speaking, or with whatever you do. So I find it way more important than other people do. But you can see, though, how you can lead up to graduate to heavier objects, doing this. But some of these exercises work really well for like skinnier people. You say you could bench press a lot, your chest looks all wide, and you look like you can curl a lot, and your arms look big in the mirror this way. But when you hold your hands in the air, your arm, one of them people that you can bench press and curl a lot, and it shows, right? But then when you raise your arms way up into the air over your head, that your arms still look skinny or whatever. And there's a lot of people that are very good in even in bench pressing and curling, but then they're very bad with lifting heavy weights over their head. People of different statures are better at it, and then if you're skinnier, you try to lift too much over your head, you're going to see yourself in a mirror, your back is going to be arching too much. So these exercises will benefit you a lot and give you a little bit more. This is just a few tricks that I'm using to create more self-confidence there, based on baton and torch wielding. a lot of YouTube videos that teach you how to. People were doing this, everything from the majorette baton to the spinning of torches. Do this trick here, and all those Europeans over there on YouTube. There's even guys doing the majorette baton championships and stuff. But this is based on that and the people that spin the torches around that over there in the west of my country here in the western United States, I think California and places, the YouTube videos, people were doing those torch spinning arts, and they're having parties and festivals and stuff dedicated to that. And this, I'm just showing you more close up. That this works real well. See, notice that you're able to lift larger weights like this, but I'm stressing that you use the small weights before you use the big ones. But there we go. I'm doing that with the heavier object right there, just showing you how easy it is. I mean, it's not good. People say, oh, you're going to get hurt doing that. It's not really going to hurt you as long as you know how to clamp your neck real well. It's just a self-confidence trick there. In worst case scenarios, you can thump yourself in the head and you're not going to die. But, one thing, when you're using a heavy object like this, if you're first starting out, I would use steel-toed boots. If any of you guys out there have anything like, you younger people have them goth boots or whatever, I'd use steel-toed boots or some kind of boots or something in case something falls and smacks you in the toe. But yeah, this is just based on torch wielding and stuff and different things like that. It's got a variety of applications here, but as I was trying to say though too, when you're raising things up in this manner right here and you're using heavier objects, you pretty much got to use the smaller objects and smaller weights to start out, because your wrist is weak. Most people's wrist is weakest when they try to lift something of this manner, because you're using those tendons in the back of the wrist, which nobody hardly bothers to strengthen. And the only people that bother to strengthen them are the ones with lesser stature to start with, that are not big-boned people, that they don't have that husky stature, that look all mean and big when they lift weights. The rest of us, we got to acquire strengths to wow or piss off our critics or whatever, or different ways, find different ways to overcome stuff, different ways to overcome stuff when you don't got that luxury everybody else has. So this ain't just lifting weights too, being able to handle objects more confidently. Of course, the person that has that perfect weightlifter's body can do this too, and it would work even better for them, make them even better, flexibility and stuff. But this is a mixture of everything. Gives you people are telling you the damnedest things that you're not supposed to be doing with heavy objects or tools, that you might get hurt doing that, or it's ridiculous or crazy or silly. It's kind of a way that people were very highly, the people that do the stuff that wield the batons and the torches and everything, and a lot of your martial arts, not that you're trying to be Bruce Lee, people in general were very highly skilled in a lot of stuff, but a lot of the population just stopped over the centuries. It came from when certain groups took over to bring about an order of entire population. They banned sword carrying and sword wielding just to... Now, to this day, everything is regarded silly, because any exercise that looks like that, you know what I mean. So I guess that's the end of this video here. I'll talk more on that later. See you next time.